Next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we'll be talking to a young man who is using basketball to reach young people, and he's doing it in a very special way. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I know as a parent myself, we're all worried about young people because, let's face it, many of them are behind Zoom. They're not even meeting at school with their classmates. We keep hearing studies about teen suicide rates starting to rise. It's a troubling time. And how do we reach these young people? To talk about that today, Matt Caskey, he is with Big Solutions. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Well, let's state the obvious. You brought a basketball here for a reason.
I did, yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey, and then I want to have you do a basketball trick for us.
Yeah, sounds great. I got started in basketball when I was about 6 years old with the ball handling and kind of entertainment program for kids. So that's where everything started. We would perform at the halftime games of UT and the Spurs and the Harlem Globetrotters. And I saw the spinning tricks, like that's what did it for me. So I started spinning basketballs whenever I was 6. Was able to spin 6 basketballs by the time I was 9 years old. Got to go to Australia on a trip to perform at their halftime games of their professional basketball games, and just kind of been my life. So played 4 years of college ball, 2 years at a small junior college, and then Mary Hardin Baylor in Belton, Texas. And kind of just have always loved working with kids, working with the younger generation. Basketball's had a huge impact on me. So I want to do the same. I want to create as much impact, positive impact with the kids, especially like what you said. Like these times are crazy, you know, and there's so much negativity in the world, and kids are going to get influenced one way or the other. So I feel like because I can spin a ball, these kids are going to listen to whatever I say. So I want to use that.
Let's go ahead and show one trick. Now, we practiced this twice in rehearsal, and it worked. Matt, I have to warn you, I don't know if I'm insured for those cameras. Right
Okay,
now, so.
I got you.
All right, what do you got? Oh, nice! Very nice.
There we go.
well done. Well, you can see why he's such a hit. We're going to go ahead and pull up a article you were written about in the Belton paper, but this is actually Spain. Is that right?
Yes, this was in Madrid, Spain. Hoops for Hope, you can see on my shirt there. They're a really awesome nonprofit organization that they travel around the world. We do a week-long basketball camp in a lot of times just third world countries and just areas where kids need this. And we spread the word of Christ. So just a really cool organization. I've been to Madrid, Argentina, Peru, like 4 different countries with them.
Wow.
So those experiences and other cultures, meeting other cultures and experiencing those week-long trips, it's been amazing.
Well, I can tell you as a guy who did a whole lot of public speaking for about 6 years, the toughest audience to reach is young people. But basketball has a way, especially tricks, has a way of just kind of letting everybody's guard down, doesn't it?
It's really crazy that you say that. It's like I don't speak Spanish. I'm in Texas and I should. And it's
right.
ridiculous that I don't. But I go to a country that I don't speak their language at all. But because I can spin a ball, there's automatically that connection, and that's really cool to experience. We can't, like I'm speaking to them and they understand it, but we don't speak the same language. You know, that connection is awesome.
That's
and basketball
really cool.
can do that.
Matt, we've got some pictures off of Instagram. Let's slowly go through these, and I want you to describe for us what we're looking at.
This was in Las Vegas. I was hired to come out there and just work with the nonprofit side of a travel company. And so this is one of the schools that they partnered up with. Basically, I just went out there, hung out with kids for an hour, like spun balls, you know, just connected with them. So that was a really cool experience.
That's awesome. Let's go to the next one.
This is in San Antonio, actually, and another organization that I love is called the Basketball Embassy. Started by Chris Dial, became really good friends with him, but they have an after-school program called YAP, which is the Youth Ambassador Program. They work with underprivileged kids, nonprofit organizations, and they go out once a week, you know, teach them some basketball skills, have a lot of fun with the kids, and just they're a positive influence. I love that organization. So.
Awesome. I think we have one more.
And this was at Vacation Bible School, actually in Belton. Basically, we just went out there, had a basketball side of things with Hoops for Hope, and started spinning 3 basketballs.
Well, I love it that you use your faith. Tell me how you tie in your faith to basketball. What is your message?
It's really like just connecting with the kids. You know, I'm a Christian, proud Christian. But we go to countries a lot with Hoops for Hope, which we're a Christian-based program, but a lot of these countries, they don't believe in, like, you know, our views. And so really it's just about connecting with the kids, and connection's everything. You know, once you connect with them, it's like, this is what I believe, you know, and they make their own choices. But it's really cool to be able to use basketball as that entryway where, look, these, like I said, kids are going to be influenced, and you know, I'm able to spread my views, and that's how it works.
Matt, does any young person come to mind when you think about this?
Yeah, many, but there's so many kids from other countries. But the first time I really realized how powerful basketball was, it was Easter a few years ago. My friend owns a gym, and I didn't have any Instagram material, so I got his rabbit hat. Put the rabbit hat on, and there was a kid that was coming down from the daycare, so I spun a basketball on his finger, I spun a basketball, and that was it. And then about 3 weeks later, I was working out, and I realized that this one little kid was looking at me and staring at me. I didn't realize who it was, and then it hit me that that was the same kid, you know, that all I did was spin a basketball and walk out. But he remembered me, you know, so that's when I realized, okay, this is a tool to actually impact other people.
Well, you and I were talking about the idea that when COVID lifts a little bit and they're inviting in outside entertainers, this could be a powerful way to reach young people at a critical age. You mentioned that middle school is one of those age groups that you really love.
Yep.
What are your thoughts about going into public and private schools?
I would love that. I mean, that's like my bread and butter. I mean, like I said, it's all about, especially like I said, these times, they're looking for anything to grab a hold of, you know, and I think that's the perfect way to do that. Like I said, whenever everything lifts and things get back to normal.
Absolutely. Well, you've been a great guest. We're going to put your website up to end the segment. BigSolutionsForYou.com is the website. Matt Caskey, thank you so much. You've been an inspiration.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.